throughout your time being in the insurance industry, I'm sure you've seen all sorts of changes and transitions. Can you tell us a little bit about, some of the challenges that you faced, earlier in your career versus later in your career, and like where you see the industry headed?
Yeah, great question. So I would start with Dom, going back to trust. When I
Mm-hmm.
was when I was in college, I interned for the county of Sacramento, and I thought I was going to be a budget analyst. I had my own office on 7th Street as a senior in college. I was dressing like an adult person, not wearing flip-flops and a tank top to some of my classes because I had to go straight to work. And my thought was I was going to graduate college and then become a budget analyst for the county. And my ego was, filled with lots of that. And then I got crushed because at the end of the semester, when I'm going to graduate, I tested for the county budget analyst position, and it was a two-part process: a written test and an oral interview. I flamed out so badly on the written, I could not qualify for the oral. So I'm taking my name off the door. I'm explaining to the people I know that, oh, I'm not going to be here after all because I don't have a job here. I mean, I was just crushed, but not through chance, but through just trusting that the right things were going to happen. I just kind of soldiered on, and I found the insurance industry. So it was, a lot of times I know it seems like a cliche, but you cannot get too excited about the highs, and you cannot just go down the wormhole when you go down into a chasm.
Well, and knowing you, Mike, and now knowing your working genius, like your traits, you would have been miserable long term in that role. So if
Yes.
they'd actually switched it and you had the oral first, which you would have been able to completely wow them with your communication skills, and then kind of like eked by on the written side, you probably would have ended up there, and you'd be that burnt out guy at like 45, like drinking every day and like miserable, because that's all tenacity and discernment, and those two are not your highest. So like you would have been so miserable over time. So thank God you failed that that written test.
And that's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like, I did operations with my company for 5 years, and the whole idea of having to write a memo to get time off just seems so ridiculous to me. And a couple of times I got edged out and had to work on 4th of July, and I'm just thinking, this is wrong. I just can't do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, spot on.